Hello, and welcome to Capsule Cooking. Capsule cooking is an alternative to meal prep which focuses on saving you time while allowing you to eat a different home-cooked meal every day. Meals are broken down into 4 different capsules, which are batch cooked and then assembled at mealtime. The 4 capsules are bases, proteins, nutrients, and flavors. Simplifying your daily meals into these categories allows you to focus on time-effective ways to cook, prep, and store each ingredient, leaving you with a fridge and freezer full of options. When it comes time to eat, all you need to do is pick 1 or 2 items from each capsule depending on your mood, and you have a complete meal ready to go in minutes. Today, we will be going through a recipe for cilantro-lime sauce. The sauce is one of my go-to items in the flavor category of capsule cooking. It goes well with tacos, burritos, and rice bowls, and helps brighten up dishes with a nice lime and garlic hit. If you don't like cilantro, it can be swapped out 1-to-1 with parsley. I will cover the recipe for the sauce, methods for short and long-term storage, and ideas for using the sauce in your daily meals. The ingredients for the sauce are cilantro, Greek yogurt, garlic, lime juice, green onions, salt, and black pepper. For equipment, you will need a blender. A stick blender can work as well, but the final sauce will not end up as smooth. First, start by washing your cilantro under cold running water. I don't usually measure how much cilantro I use, but the bunches I buy at the store usually come out to around 100 grams. Grab a cutting board and a knife. Start by cutting the bottom inch or so of the cilantro stems to get rid of any dry parts. Roughly chop both the stems and leaves and put into a bowl. Pull out a saucepan and begin boiling some water. Make sure you pick a large pan and leave yourself plenty of space. Grab a bowl, fill it with ice and water, and set aside. Also, make sure you have a mesh strainer readily available. Once the water is boiling, drop in your cilantro and stir for 1 minute. Dump the water and cilantro through a mesh strainer or scoop out using a spider strainer and drop into the bowl of ice and water. You can drop the cilantro straight into the ice water, but if your mesh strainer sizing works out, keeping it in the strainer will make draining the cilantro a bit easier. The key here is for the cilantro to cool rapidly to prevent overcooking. Drain and press out any excess water using a dishcloth and set aside. Next, you will need to prep your green onions. I will typically keep chopped green onions ready to go since I use them quite often. If you have some pre-chopped, about a 1/4 cup will be sufficient for the recipe. If you have whole green onions, 3 stalks should be just about the right amount. For the garlic prep, smashing the cloves and peeling is easiest. Since this will be going into a blender, there is no need to chop or mince the cloves. Grab your blender and add all the ingredients into the container. I like to use a scale for measuring ingredients like yogurt and measuring spoons for liquid ingredients. Add the cilantro, 1 cup or 225 grams of yogurt, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, 1/4 cup chopped green onions, 3 pinches of salt, several grinds of pepper, and 4 garlic cloves. Start the blender on slow to get the ingredients started and slowly ramp up the speed. Blend the sauce until the mixture is smooth and the cilantro is broken down. Portion the sauce into your container of choice using a spatula to get as much out of the blender as you can. I typically use a squeeze bottle, but mason jars or other containers work well too. For short-term storage, keep the sauce in the fridge. It will keep for a few weeks. The sauce may dull in color, but the flavor should get better over time as everything melds together. Some of the liquid may separate in the sauce as it sits in the fridge due to the yogurt. Make sure to shake it thoroughly before each use. For longer-term storage, freeze the sauce in an ice cube tray or freezer bag. If you are using a bag, lay it flat and try to get as much air out of it as possible. Freezing it flat is best and will help thaw quickly when you want to use it. Since the sauce has yogurt in it, you are a bit limited in your options for thawing the frozen sauce. The safest option is to thaw it in the fridge overnight. Make sure to shake thoroughly before using since the liquid from the yogurt is likely to separate. To thaw it quicker, set the bag into a bowl of lukewarm water for 10 to 15 minutes. The sauce should not be reheated in the microwave or stovetop. Cilantro-lime sauce is a staple in my flavors category and is regularly stocked in my fridge. I like to use it to add some brightness to my finished dishes or as a quick and easy salad dressing. Instead of covering meals like I usually do for the other capsules, I will focus on different ways to use the sauce and when you can add it to your dishes. The first way I typically use cilantro-lime sauce is as a final touch to add some extra flavor. This works well when added at the end as a topper, similar to a hot sauce. Rice bowls and tacos benefit greatly from this, especially when paired with sweeter flavors like barbecue sauce or a fattier meat like pork. The acidity in the sauce from the yogurt and lime help brighten and balance out the heavier flavors. Cilantro-lime sauce can also be easily made into a salad dressing. It can be used as is, but I like to mix it with a bit of olive oil and vinegar to help thin it out. A bit of Dijon or mayonnaise can also help with the texture, but is not necessary. Using the sauce like this makes for a quick and easy, creamy vinaigrette-style dressing. If you're using a bowl to make your salad, you can whisk this directly in there prior to tossing in your greens and other nutrients. It can also be shaken in a mason jar if you prefer to make it in larger batches. Cilantro-lime sauce can also be used to dress up any nutrients that you are putting into your dishes as well. I will use it as a quick flavoring for bulkier nutrients like cabbage slaw or chopped sauteed vegetables. If you are mixing it into hot foods like this, make sure you do it off the heat to prevent the yogurt from splitting. Thank you for watching my video. Stop by next week for more methods and recipes. Feel free to leave any suggestions or ideas for more videos in the comments.